Today's news and views, I'm going to be covering franchising. There was an article that we here in the office had read about the Kilts franchise, a company that's grown to over $7 million in revenue since they started. The article talked about things like smart money, which is money that has benefits or added value, and they also talked about making sure that you were interacting with someone who has experience funding deals. And so as we read this article and we looked at some of the requests that come in through emilynow.ca, we thought it would be a good topic to talk about, which is franchises, and in particular the type of financing that's available to franchises. So the most common costs involved in franchising are the franchise fee that you have to pay, so $50, $20, $100, $150,000 just to get access to that franchise. But the other two major costs that we see most of the time, there's actually three, but there's only two that we can help with, which is if there's a physical location, so it's a pizza, it's a donut shop, it's a coffee shop, it's a tire changing shop, there's a physical location and someone, the building is going to need some improvement. So they need some lights, they need some counters, they need some shelves, maybe they need new flooring, paint, windows, etc. That's called TI financing, or tenant improvement financing. And the second type of financing that we see most times with franchises is equipment financing. So you bought a new food franchise, but you need some kitchen equipment, or you've bought into, say, a business like Kilts, but you need a truck or you need some equipment. Then you're going to need equipment financing. So tenant improvement financing and equipment financing are the two types of financing that we see as it relates to franchises. Now, banks and lenders are more than happy to lend to a franchise owner, and clearly the more recognized the franchise brand is, the easier it is to get approved. And as I mentioned, there's that third type of financing. It's not really financing, but the third type of money that you need is sort of that getting off the ground money. So that would be sort of your investment, your cash, your resources that you're using to keep the lights on while revenue is being generated. Oftentimes, a franchise, someone who's purchasing a franchise might have limited capital and they need franchising to pay for other items. So whether it's tenant improvements or equipment financing or even the getting off the ground money, sometimes they'll even refinance their house or some personal real estate that they have to free up that cash. Before a franchise is purchased, so if you're considering purchasing a franchise and you think you need financing, take heart. There's usually a due diligence process that the franchise will have you go through before they approve the franchise for you. As with any financing that you're looking to get, you're going to want to make sure that you have a plan. How long is it going to take to generate net cash flow? How much will your financing cost you over the term that you're going to have it, like 5 years or 7 years? And if you're purchasing a franchise, make sure you take the time to know your math. Franchises, by definition, are systemized businesses, and that means you should be able to get all of the information that you need to make a smart decision. And so if you need help with franchise financing of any sort, or you just want to talk about it, we'd encourage you to visit emilynow.ca, where you can punch in the business loan amount that you think you need for the franchise, and as you go through the website, you're going to be prompted to answer a few questions, check off some documents that you have, and ultimately you get an Emily score, and you can use that Emily score to see which banks or lenders in the market would approve you based on that score. And so banks love franchises for the most part. There's lots of different options that are available. If you are considering buying a franchise and you think that maybe if you had some financing available to you that you could pull the trigger a little quicker, we'd certainly welcome the opportunity to help you.